Oh my gosh, guys, it's DanDaDan Thursday. I recorded this whole video 7 times and didn't realize my audio was muted, so here's the 8th time. Let's get into it. This episode starts off with one of the baddest nurses in history. Finally, another girl in the show that isn't underage. I love me some Granny Seiko. If Turbo Granny was younger, maybe I love me some Turbo Granny, but I definitely love me some of this nurse, you feel me? This episode was definitely one of those character building episodes though, because after they get their minds settled to the fact that they just showed their bodies off to half of the damn school, they eventually deep dive into Ira's classroom and show us how they talk about Momo Ayase behind her back. They're talking about who started the rumors. They're talking about if Momo sabotaged Ira's popularity by making her strip in the middle of the hallway, and just all around bad mouthing Momo in the worst ways. This is when Ira has that complete change of heart moment, that heart of gold moment, and says, I am the one who started those rumors. I am the person that's been bad mouthing Momo Ayase, and that is the end of it. And she storms out of the classroom. For a person like me who didn't really like Ira the first time that she ever got onto the screen, and a lot of people felt the same exact way, and now that me being a source reader, I know who they are way past what this is, and I can still say I didn't like them at the beginning of the show, but now with that, I have had a change of heart. You don't have to specifically, but I will say that I like Ira way more than I used to. Jumping back a little bit though, while we talk about Ira, let's talk about the situation between her and Okurun behind the school. And the person that wants to know even more about that than I do is Momo Ayase. She questions Okurun to the best of her ability. I mean, she straight presses him. What were you doing behind the school, Okurun? I find it crazy, but I also find it obvious that he would admit to everything that happened back there. She was trying to kiss him and he said that. Even though Momo was confused by it, he still explained that he wasn't trying to kiss her back. They just tussled into the ground, and then you saw the outcome of everything that happened. But Momo doesn't believe that. Momo's like, why were you behind the school to begin with? And he says, I was trying to get stronger to impress you. It's these romantic moments in the show that I really do love. I swear I could have put money on it that they would have had a confession scene right after she said that, or right after Okurun said what he said, because oh my God, the tension that was in this room, the way that they averted their gazes and then put them back in the same center place on each other, and then of course, Momo friends come in and ruin the whole vibe, claiming that Momo was staring at the mantis shrimp so she could prepare to fight Ira to the death over Okurun's heart or something like that. Bro, I just wish that they had stayed in that room a second longer. I swear a confession was gonna happen. I swear it. I swear it. Catching back up to Ira and Momo though, they eventually talk on the bench. Momo realizes that the crowd of Goonies isn't here today. Momo sees Ira normally around a group of girls, a group of boys, or just a group following Ira in any setting. She's alone here, and to make that driving fact even harder, she's hitting her head against the bench. Bro, there's no way somebody who's trying to be popular is out here beating her head into a bench for no apparent reason. So Momo is able to spec that out and say, you couldn't do it, could you? You couldn't sell me out, could you? Obviously Ira had too much pride to admit that she actually did something good, but we as a viewer know that she did something amazing. And speaking of something amazing, the shrimp man that punches at 1,000,000 miles per hour is still alive somehow. Until he passes out and remembers that he has a kid to take care of. This is one of the greater scenes in the anime, even though it was only like for 3 seconds. You can see that he has something to fight for. He has a mission. He has something to stand proud for and get back home to. And Granny Seiko, bro, this is her MVP episode. Without Granny Seiko, a lot of things in this anime will definitely be shut down. And the future for this shrimp dude is definitely one of those things that would immediately be shut down. I mean, she immediately bandages his wounds. She immediately feeds him, even though he was an enemy who was just trying to attack the group. And these are the comedy moments that I love in this anime. The fact that enemies, friends, maybe potential lovers can even be sitting at this table eating and chowing down together, fighting each other over different things. This is what I live for. These shonen moments, these comedy moments, and these romance moments make this show so much better. It boosts it from an 8 to a straight 10, and I love that about DanDaDan. What I also love is that Okurun and Granny Seiko are willing to help no matter what the moment is. Okurun flat out says, yo, you can have my weenie if it saves you, bro. You can take my weenie, go sell it on the black market, and we'll go get it back from whoever you sell it to. Granny Seiko is like, no. I got this. You're not gonna leave this house without me cherishing the fact that you even are here. Like, she had no reason to help him at all, but she was able to sniff out the fact that his dirty bandages smelled like spoiled milk. So she gave him some fresh milk and said, yo, take this. And he's like, yo, this is my blood, which is weird in itself. But the fact that Granny Seiko was able to pinpoint all of that down, go get a fresh cow for him to take up into the sky, like so, And it just shows you how much Granny Sayo cares for the people that are around her granddaughter and try to make sure that everything is going perfectly fine. Even the shrimp man, the shrimp boxer dude, says, if you need me, call me and I'll be there. Meaning they forever have a shrimp boxer who can punch at Mach 100 on their side, a rook on the chessboard that they can put into play and call whenever they need to. And that is all because of Granny Sayo's kindness. And speaking of Granny Sayo's kindness, it is also something that Momo tries to abuse any chance that she gets, because we immediately get put into a scene where they're all asking Granny Sayo for a new uniform. What's funniest about this is that Okurin exposes that they've done this 3 times. So when his fat ass feet bust out the seam, or whenever somebody else's clothes get ripped and torn to shreds, Granny Sayo has been the person to mend over that. The Granny Sayo has been the person to buy them all new uniforms each and every time. It makes sense because she has her own TV show and things of that nature, so it really makes sense in that aspect. But it's crazy how much Momo is using Granny Sayo to an extent, but it's definitely warranted. I mean, when I was her age, I was definitely asking my mom for video games and things of that nature. I wasn't using my mom, but if I can ask her for something and she can get it for me, why not, you know? Now we get to the long-awaited introduction of JIJI, and I can say, with me being a source reader, I didn't think it was gonna take this long to get to him, honestly. I thought it was gonna get here in like episode 8. I didn't think it was gonna take 10 episodes to get to him, but I'm happy that he is here. And for Okurin, he is another piece on the chessboard that is evil piece, if you will, because he is Momo's first crush, first love, and first childhood friend. I mean, you can even see Okurin sweating profusely as we zoom in on his face. This episode was really good. It showed that no matter what part of the gang that you are in, you can be a good guy, whether you're Granny Sayo or whether you're Ira. No matter who you are, you can have a chance to turn over that leaf. Well, Granny Sayo's case, it just boosted her popularity even more for me. And then we got the introduction of that great nurse, and we got the introduction of JIJI, and technically the reintroduction of the Mantis Shrimp Man, because we only saw him as an enemy. We only saw him as a businessman, you know, we only saw him in the worst light possible. And now he's somebody that we can call on no matter what to help us in any kind of fight. Now we have saved his kid, so he's indebted to us, and he's gonna be a rook on a chessboard that we can pull out of our bag at any moment to save us in no matter the situation that we're in. And honestly, that is great. He could also transfer his aura to somebody else, and somebody else could be a new Mantis Shrimp person, or he could teach somebody how to fight, you know, teach Okurin how to throw a punch. Maybe that would be something that's crazy in the lead up to this show. But it really shows you that no matter who you are or how you came into the show, even if you're the most hated person, you can turn into a really loved person. Like Akrosuki, for example. When Akrosuki first got introduced, nobody liked Akrosuki. Obviously, we think she's a yokai, and especially she's creeping on Ira. Nobody likes Akrosuki the moment that she got introduced, right? But then you see her backstory. You learn that she's Ira's mother, and everything involved with that whole thing, that whole situation. It made you go from I hate Akrosuki to oh my gosh, why didn't we meet Akrosuki sooner? You know, and especially since she gave her powers to Ira. It's just so many possibilities with that in itself that it makes you like love her way more than you used to, you know? And now Ira turned into a different leaf, the Mantis Shrimp turned into a different leaf, and other characters boosting their stocks to a different platform that they never had before. Well, I guess I always loved Granny Sayo. The moment I saw this trailer for this show, I loved Granny Sayo. And the moment now that I'm watching the show and seeing how much her kindness is like spread amongst the kids and also spread amongst her enemies, it just makes me love Granny Sayo even more. And speaking of her, bro, she's such a baddie. And now we got the nurse who's also a baddie. You feel me? I feel like Turbo Granny. When she was young, we never seen a young Turbo Granny. Maybe when Turbo Granny was young, she was a baddie. You feel me? So I just love the fact that we have some good options in the show, some good above age options in the show at least, because sometimes the show can get weird, and being a DanDaDan supporter, it kind of gets heavy sometimes, you know. But with all the politics and things of this show out of the way, this was a good episode. This was a good foundation episode. Maybe it wasn't as high impact as the first one or any of the other ones, but this was a good foundation episode to show that we have a new chess piece on the board. Ira is a way better card than she started as, because, you know, when she got that wash bin dumped on her, she was a horrible person, I feel, and she's been progressively climbing that ladder in terms of being a good person. And then Saiko is boosting her stocks. Mantis Shrimp is on our side. I mean, JIJI is introduced and it has Okarun sweating. The love triangle between Ira, Momo, and Okarun now has JIJI in the mix and planted in a place that we don't even know where JIJI could fit. Does Momo still like JIJI? Obviously the answer is no, but who knows what can happen as the show goes on. We don't know what can happen. We don't know what Okarun could eventually end up seeing that will make his heart not know what to do, you know? Okarun already is too dense to realize that Momo even likes him. So what could this new introduction of a first crush eventually do to Okarun's head or heart or whatever for Okarun? You know, it already has him sweating profusely that her crush is now back. Her crush is a new opponent for the heart of Momo, and he doesn't know how to handle that. So as new characters start flooding into the show, as things start happening in the show, we don't know what can happen, and that is what I love about animes like this. And that is exactly what I love about DanDaDan. But how do you feel about this episode of DanDaDan? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you not enjoy it? Did you love the nurse as much as I did? Because I might go rewatch that scene right now. Anyways, yeah, let me know down in the comments about how you felt about this episode. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, that like button, and hit the little bell. Just show me some extra love. And other than that, I have nothing else to say, but thank you for watching this video. I don't know what I was finna say. I genuinely had something to say, and I forgot what I was gonna say. So thank you for watching this video. I'm getting too old for this shit, man. Peace.